saw this here where it says my rent is currently past due because I bought floor seats to the NBA YoungBoy concert, right? Now they trying to evict me and my kids. Can all my Facebook friends cash app me $1? That should be enough to catch up. I got 7K friends. So she's looking for Facebook friends to pay her 4,000. Well, she said she have 7,000. So she want everybody to send her $1. So she want all of them to send her $1 so that she can pay her rent is past due $4,000. Now, I don't know how much her rent is a month, but that's a lot. That seems like a lot that's past due. But she found a way to go and get floor seats to a concert and your rent isn't paid? Priorities? But this is how a lot of women move. And then these very women who are broke are the very ones expecting all of this from a man. These be the very ones saying, I need a man to show up and I need him to make this amount of money and all that. And you're behind in your rent and you can't pay it, but you go and put money on floor tickets to see somebody who's already probably rich or on their way. You giving money to somebody who already got money and you can't even pay your damn rent. But this is what they be looking, and they're looking for, trust me, they're looking for a man who can pay their rent too. This is why they say, if you want to go on a date with me, I need you to pay my rent. But that rent already was behind. And this is your opportunity. So they're going on dates to try to finesse rent, lights, gas money, car notes, baby diapers. They're only going on dates to try to get money out you to pay something that they owe. They're not there for you. They're there for what you can give them to help them out. Because they don't know nobody else. If nobody else is around to help them, guess what? They want to go on a date. So yeah, girl, I'm going to go on this date with this dude. I'm going to see if I can get my rent paid. Girl, I'm going to go on this date with this guy because, girl, my car note is due. Ooh, girl, yeah, girl. My light bill due too, baby. So he going to have to give me, baby, I'm going to tell him we need a deposit, $1,000 because your rent is due. This is what these deposits for dates, this money up front for the babysitter, ain't for the babysitter, that's for a bill. Then they got you, you're hungry, you need grocery. Like, come on, that's where we at now. But these are the ones who say the man got to make 6 figures. He got to make, because I make 6 figures. But then a lot of the ones who say they make 6 figures be behind on their rent. Let's start being honest and stop lying. Stop lying. I'm just saying, because it don't be the truth. And once again, this is not speaking to all women, because I know a lot of good women who aren't this. It's not all women, and they even understand it. The women who are not who don't fit this category, they understand it. They know it's not all women, but it's for the ones that are. If it don't apply, let it fly. But there are a lot of women who are moving this way, and it's not good. And anytime you say something about it, they get pissed off. But that's just how a lot of women think, and the way they think, the way they move but then they want to expect everything from you. They want to waste their money, but they want y'all as men to come in and take care of all. That's why I want you to pay all the bills. So you pay all the bills and they can go work, and their money is play money. Their money is play money, and your money is for the responsible, the bills and everything. That's crazy to me. Divine Photos, what's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says women claim to be the most educated when they are the most enrolled. Claim to make 6 figures when they make 40K minimum. Consumer debt and least desire. And we know this, but they still trying to push that narrative and try to force that to make people believe that they're the most educated. When we know it's Asian women. We know that these women are not the most educated. They're not making all this money, but they want you to assume that so that they feel comfortable with requesting the most from you. They think that if they can say they're the most educated and they make 6 figures, even though a lot of them are lying, they feel like they can request that from you if they say they make that. Because if they say they make 30 or 40,000, they don't feel like they're in a position to be asking for what they're asking for. So if they all own businesses and they all make 6 figures, now they can request it from you. But when they can't get it from you, now all of a sudden y'all are dusties and you behind and you're this and you're that. But why are you worrying about what he got? Because honestly, there are women who make really good money now, but they're still in debt and they still having a hard time paying their bills. Could you imagine somebody making $300,000 a year and still broke? Could you imagine that? There are women, it's not a whole bunch of women. I'm not talking about race or just women in general. Could you imagine a woman making $300,000 a year and still broke? and still struggling to pay her monthly bills. It's a thing. It's a real thing because they overspend and they spend, you so much debt, credit card, consumer debt, loans, overspending, and to the point to now everything that person makes goes right out and then some in debt up to the ceiling. You hear me? So the money that's and see what happens is with women, you keep pushing, moving the goalposts, as y'all would say. Oh, if you make 50,000 a year, they say that's not a lot. Okay. If you move on up to 70,000, they're like, okay, that's not a lot. And keep going to the tune of 300,000. This person is able to make 300,000 a year. That's really good money. Now I know they say, it's subjective depending on who you are and how much you make. But for me, yes, $300,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But when you make that amount, but you spend twice times as that, it doesn't seem to look like a lot of money anymore because you're in debt. So you got to try to make more to catch up to the amount of money that you're spending. And that is what a lot of people tend to do. It's not that they make, they make decent money, but it becomes a little money because you done overspent what you make. You monthly bills are more than what you bring in monthly. So now it's not a lot of money because you overspend. It's not that it's not a decent amount of money that you can't live off it, but you're not living off it properly. You're overspending. So yeah, it's gonna look like a little money now because you spending way above your means. And there are a lot of women in particular that do that. And then they want somebody to come in and clean it up. You want somebody to come in and fix all the damage that you've created. And I don't think any man should have to do that. Thank you, C. Irving, for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. A lot of women say they want an honest man until he gives her an honest opinion. Oh my God. Then it's World War III. If you want an honest man, you should be honest with yourself about receiving honest feedback. 100% correct, C. Irving. But they don't believe what you tell them. That's the thing. This is why if you lie to a woman, it's better perceived. If you tell a woman a lie, because it's something that she wants to hear, they'll receive that. The truth is painful sometimes. The truth is painful. People don't like to hear because once again, it says something's wrong with you. It says you need to change something. That what you're doing is not working and it's not right. So it's kind of painful. That's why we say the truth hurts. It's easier to deal with a lie than it is the truth. And this is where a lot of people are. And I personally don't think that that's helpful or beneficial to you at all. It does, especially if you're trying to make, your life better. I don't think that it's helpful. I think that it's more hurtful than anything.